today when I was sitting in the Samyama hall in the morning, there were some things that we had to attend to, and I was just about to write a note to someone saying tomorrow what to do. And I wrote one word, tomorrow, and this word tomorrow hit me so hard. So I wrote a small poem instead of a note, not to that person but to you. So this poem is called Tomorrow. A day that never came but has managed to spoil every game. A day that never came but has managed to spoil every game. One day that takes all the blame, the basis of all fear and shame, cripples the blossoming of the life's flame, a spoiler that makes life a dream, traps the limitless in a limited seam. One day that takes all the blame, the basis of all fear and shame, cripples the blossoming of life's flame, a spoiler that makes life a dream, traps the limitless in a limited seam, a day that never comes, but the world it rules, a day that never comes, but the world it rules. Tomorrow never happened to anybody, but the idea of tomorrow has robbed people, a huge mass of people, of their life, just the idea. Nobody ever touched a tomorrow in their life, nobody ever experienced one, nobody ever saw one. Just the idea completely robs people of everything that could be life. What shall we do for tomorrow's darshan? Oh, tomorrow when I come to darshan, I'll bring an umbrella. Darshan means to behold. You can only behold now. You can never behold tomorrow. Not because it's out of reach, because it doesn't exist. You can only imagine tomorrow. You will never behold tomorrow, never ever. But still, for most human beings, it is this an idea whose time will never come. It is that idea which drives most people's lives, unfortunately. Even if you drive your life with an idea, even if you drive your life with an idea, you must drive with an idea whose time may come sometime. But this is an idea whose time will never come, but it still drives people. It still drives most lives on the planet. That is why most lives on this planet are not lives, They're just bunch of thoughts, emotions, ideas, prejudices. Most lives are not a reality. They're just a psychological… they're just a psychological existence. They're just a dream. Because reality happens now. Reality happens here. In your mind, only a dream can happen. And life and death will happen today. The dream is about tomorrow. It's better to dream of something that'll come true. Tomorrow is a dream that'll never come true. So, what you refer to as spiritual process, it's about knowing life. You can know life only today. You can know life only now. This is the moment. I'm not trying to give you a teaching. When I said, this is the moment, oh, Sadhguru said, this is the moment. It's not about that. This moment is not an idea, it is the only reality. This moment is not a teaching, it is the only living thing. It is the only living thing in the existence is right now, nothing else. So, don't try to understand it, don't try to digest it, you just have to behold it in all its entirety. Start with the rain. Good way to begin.
So fear is a consequence of your inability to manage the nature of your intellect. See, your life's experience is happening this way. These are three dimensions. There is something called as memory, which feeds you all the time. Memory is not just what you remember. You don't remember 10 generations ago how your great-grandmother looked, do you? You don't, but her nose is sitting on your face, yes or no? You have genetic memory, you have evolutionary memory, you have karmic memory, articulate and inarticulate levels of memory. This entire thing is memory, head to toe. Every cell in the body is memory, isn't it? We can take one cell and create the whole of you, and that's how your parents also did. Just one cell and see, you become like this. So, there is enormous amount of memory in this. This memory rules certain things, but there is a present experience. Memory is of the past, but the present is of experience, your ability to experience. If you want to experience anything, you must be conscious, you must be aware, only then you can experience. The future is an imagination. So memory, experience and imagination, it is between these three dimensions in which you exist. Memory you cannot change because it's already there. Present you don't have to change because that is also here right now. It's only the imagination which you can change. So what are you fearful about? Something that will happen or you think will happen, isn't it? Fear is always about something which does not exist right now, it's always about what will happen. So you are suffering that which does not exist. If you're suffering that which does not exist, there are psychiatric terms for that. Your only comfort is everybody is in the same state. That's how it is in asylum usually. Everybody is in the same condition. But right now people are in this condition, what happened 10 years ago they can still suffer, what may happen day after tomorrow they already suffer. They're suffering things which does not exist, simply because in your education system, You are studying about everything except how to manage this. If you do not know how to manage this, it doesn't matter how much nonsensical information you have gathered, it'll be not of much use to your life. You must know how to keep this, how to conduct this body, how to conduct this mind, how to conduct this emotional structure and the energy structure. If you do not know anything about this, then you are an accidental being. You being fearful is good, otherwise you may cause enormous harm to yourself. If you try to control the variety of situations that may pop up in your face tomorrow morning, all that'll happen is you will become a very limited life. You would step out into the world and do whatever that needs to be done only if you have an assurance, no matter what you walk into, you will not lose yourself. You will walk full stride, otherwise you'll only be a half a step. Most human beings are half steps because the fear of suffering. If this happens, what'll happen to me? That happens, what'll happen to me? If you're well managed within yourself, you know how to manage your thought, you know how to manage your emotion, you know how to manage your body, your chemistry, your energy. If you know how to manage all this, what does it matter if you walk into hell, I'm asking? If you are well managed, if you are a heaven within you, what does it matter where you go? Hell also will be an interesting place to go. But if you are ill-managed, then you want to be in a nice place all the time. You will not step out into anything. I'm not saying this is wrong, this is against nature, because in nature, every life is aspiring to be as much as it can be, isn't it? Every life is naturally aspiring, this is not a philosophy, this is not an ideology that you must do this or that. It is natural and intrinsic for every life that it will do as much as it can. From an earthworm, from a worm to an insect to a bird, to an animal to a tree, every one of them are trying to be full-fledged life. If you go against this simply because of the fear of suffering, then all possibilities of exploring the nature of being human, the tremendous immensity of being human is just lost upon humanity. Today you will see this everywhere. When people say, I am only human, they are talking about the limitations of being human. They are not talking about the possibilities of being human, isn't it? If we are the most intelligent species on the planet, if we are the most capable species on the planet, should we be talking about our possibilities or should we be talking about our limitations? Whenever anybody writes or says, oh, we are human, they are always referring to their limitations, never to the possibilities of being human. This is because the most fundamental things have not been taught in our education systems, how to handle your thought and your emotion. Your psychological drama has gone out of control. It's a badly directed drama, believe me. If it was a well-directed drama, you would take it to the conclusion that you want, isn't it? Because it's a badly directed drama, just about anybody can take charge of it. Who is the director of your psychological drama? Just about anybody, isn't it? Anybody can make it into a tragedy. The reason why people have not even learned to manage their thought and emotion. By the time you're 10, you should have learnt it. At 60, people still don't know how to manage their thought and emotion. They're standing up like ghosts in their life. They don't need anybody's help. They can go on endlessly creating suffering for themselves. Now, suppose you did not know how… you have normal hands and you do not know how to use it, what would you call yourself? No, you tell yourself, don't tell me, it's okay. Whatever you think, if you have a normal process of mental faculty and you do not know how to use it, it means the same thing, yes or no? Does it mean the same thing or no? You don't have a normal hand, then you can't use it, that's different. We will look at you compassionately. But you have a normal hand and you don't know how to use it. Whatever word you use to call yourself, don't tell me, But the same thing goes if you don't know how to use your thought and emotion towards your well-being, isn't it? Because ill-managed. Because the fundamentals of life are not grasped. What is the nature of my existence? If you don't know this, how do you manage it? Only if you grasp the nature of something, then you learn to manage it, isn't it? You don't even see what it is, how to manage it? There is no way to manage it. So the first and foremost thing, that's why, is called realization. You must understand this. In this country, in this culture, we never refer to any kind of spiritual realization as an attainment. We only said it is a realization. Realization means you simply saw what is already there. You did not invent anything. You did not climb the top of a mountain. You are beginning to see everything just the way it is. But that has become such a rarity that it is being hugely valued. Someone was asking me 3 days ago, I was in Kerala, "Sadhguru, you seem to know everything." I said, "See, there is only one thing I know. I know this one thing from its origin to its ultimate." I said, "I know only one thing, and what are you clapping your hands for?" I know only this one thing. But because the nature of human experience is such, you know everything only through this one, isn't it?